Hello viewers, welcome to the YouTube channel Lex Consilium Foundation. I am Major General Neelendra Kumar. Right now on the playlist Going Strong, which you are aware, we showcase and interact with eminent persons above the age of 80 who have excelled and doing something positive for the community, for the humanity, or for the nation. Here in conversation with Air Chief Marshal Suri, who was the 15th Chief of Air Staff and who had logged almost 6,000 hours of active flying, almost 90 types of different aircrafts, and he is a legend. Sir, my next question to you is that you are known to be a very spiritual person with that inclination and bent of mind, and personally, you are a follower of Sai Baba. And when I came here and earlier when I had spoken to you, you had indicated that morning is the time you are in your prayer room and doing prayers, sir. Sir, I would request you to please articulate that your faith, your confidence in Sai Baba, how has it helped your personality, and what would be your advice to the youngsters today to build up the spiritual side of their profile?
I'm very glad you asked me this question. Some years ago, I was invited by the National Defence College in Kharakbasra to come and speak with them, and the commandant was a Sardar officer. And he asked me, "Sir, what would you like to speak on?" I told him, I said, in the services, we say that speaking about religion is a taboo. I said, this is a misnomer, because you've got people from different religions together, and one should understand as to what the other concepts are, because the God is one. You've given him various names, and various things have been written on the subject. Some have reflected their religion in terms of hatred for others in order to unite them. Some have gone to the extent of being extremely generous and saying it doesn't make a difference. We know he's abusing the same God or worshipping the same God or whatever.
Yes.
So I mentioned to the commandant, I said, I'd like to speak on universal concept of faith.
Universal concept of faith.
Yes. Incidentally, I was awarded the Ambassador of Peace in London for promoting universal understanding of religion. So I am Ambassador of Peace awarded in London on the subject, and I was giving talk on the subject. So he says, in the armed forces, we don't do this. I think that we have to change that concept totally today. Now, you guys when you come to my temple upstairs, I've got all faiths there. And when a Muslim comes over here, Imam, I took him there. And he was surprised that I had a copy of the
Quran Sharif.
Sharif, which was presented to my pupil from the Air Force, the King of Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
And he gave it to me. So that person sees Mecca and Medina. Him saying that this is very good is not the answer. The answer lies what I do every morning for the last 15 years. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim Maliki Yawmiddin Yak Nabdu wa Yak Nasta'in Ihdina Sirata al-Mustaqim Sirata al-Lazina An'amta alayhim Ghayril Maghdubi alayhim Walid Ameen. Like this I pray in 20 different faiths every single morning.
Unbelievable. It's remarkable.
Now, so people ask me, sir, God's kind. I say, because I pray to all of them. If one person is anti me, the other chap is pro me. So I want and then in Purapati, I was called for this. I spoke to them. I prayed in 20 different languages as well. Because I recite them every morning. That's why I said, if you come to my temple and you see the picture there, you tell me, what is it? This is Jewish. I straight away say, the Jewish prayer for you. Asham Vahu,
But despite your respect for different religions, as you brought out, sir, I think personally you seek guidance and solace from Sai Baba. So would you like to recount how were you drawn to him?
Sai Baba is saying precisely this. The world was a huge mass of water. And what was the water doing? It was bringing death, devastation, and destruction in its path.
To the mankind, yes.
In its path.
Yes.
So what did God do when man prayed to him? God put two banks to it. And these two banks became very significant because the water was now going in a channelized manner. The soil on the side was fertilized and it supported the vegetable kingdom, the animal kingdom, and the human kingdom.
Okay.
So what are these two banks in human life which you and I must ensure goes down our family? The first bank is there's only one God. There's only one religion and God is omnipresent, omniscient. And the second bank is pray to whomsoever you want, but pray assiduously. For your prayers are reaching the one and only God that exists, while you think you're praying to somebody else. That is where I say that to do that I must pray in their faith. So I must say every morning also ek onkar satnam karta purat nirbhav nirbhay akal murvat ajni sahibam prasad japad jagad satyavi satnata. I must say asham vahu vastavasti ustasti ustabhay yadishai vastai asham. I must say Shema Israel, and that is what I believe in. When you see my temple upstairs, Vibhuti materializes there. Have you ever seen Vibhuti materializing?
I've heard about it. I've not seen it.
Yeah, I showed you. You have to see it to believe about what it is. Now, when I sit there every morning, I see a new one of Vibhuti somewhere. I know God is there. I got a chair for him over there. One day I was putting a flower over there and the flower kicked up like this. Who kicked it up? Either I'm mad.
So this is the actual testimony which you have observed, experienced.
These are my testimonies. Swami has come in my dreams so often. I remember I was called in London by an agency to come and speak to them and I agreed in the evening. I had a dream at night. Suri, you will not go there. I said, Sai Baba, Suri will not go there. You will not go there. So I rang them up in the morning and I said, I want. He come in my dreams. He come
So you get positive instructions.
Positive instructions I
do or not to do. To do or in this case not to do.
Yeah.
It's remarkable. That's your faith.
Yeah. I remember one of his Swami's very ardent devotee. Her name was Phyllis. And I was speaking at that forum and when Phyllis came in, suddenly I said Phyllis and it occurred to me the acronym. Person having yielded to limitless love inspires spirituality. PHYLLIS. Now, it got into my mind. Swami did.
It came from above.
Nalinder, it's very difficult to explain. My own family think I'm mad when I'm talking about this. So, but it is so. Nalinder, you and your team have been absolutely superb. It's been a great pleasure because the depth of questions that you've asked have been wide-ranging and I think which has been most material to our existence today and maybe even more for tomorrow. But what is even greater than that is the fact that, you're speaking to a person who is 93 years old and to get these old chaps to start talking and expect them to keep quiet is a difficult task. But you've done it wonderfully.
Pulse of wisdom, yes. I think this would be highly motivating and inspiring for the young people today. Thank you, sir. My utmost respect to you for having agreed for this podcast.